Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. How you guys doing? Trust you're doing well. You're happy. You're smiling. Awesome. Welcome to the Leroy Slava Show. My name is Leroy Slava, and I'm excited to have you guys with us here today. Let me just see if I'm live. I'm sure I am. Let's see where we are. While we wait for Mr. Emmanuel Bonoko to log on. Okay, we are live. Hey, awesome stuff. Let me just check. Guys, we've got an exciting show for you here today. Now, this is where we have conversations with entrepreneurs that inspire and experts to admire. Okay, and we've got a PR extraordinaire. We've got a social entrepreneur. He's won multiple awards, and we're waiting for him to log on. I think he's having a bit of challenges with his network on his side, but give us a couple of minutes while we wait for more people to log on. So let me know how you guys are doing. Annaline, how are you? Good. Now, guys, let me know. We're on episode 10 now, right? Let me know if you're enjoying it. Let me know if you're finding value in it. Let me know if you are learning something. It's an inspired, because that's the purpose of the show. Let me know while I connect with Emmanuel. Let me just find out. Annalena, are you finding value in this? Okay, we got more people joining. Okay, seems like Emmanuel still. Let me just send him a message, but otherwise, okay. Let me just say we're live. We're live, waiting for you to log in. To log in. Okay, awesome stuff. So who do we have? Let's see. Annaline, we've got Lubabalo. Am I pronouncing it right? Okay, awesome. Awesome stuff. Learning quite a lot. Awesome stuff. So Emmanuel is having challenges, but we're waiting. While we're waiting for him, by the way, let me tell you what I'm busy with right now, in case Quentin Yan. So what we are doing now is for he says he's logging on now. So guys, what I'm busy is, if you want to invest in property, any of you guys are interested in investing in property, we're busy. We've just secured the OTP. We're busy raising finance. So I'm submitting it for finance this week, where we want to convert a village in Boksburg from about 50 units. Mr. Emmanuel.
Morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm good, and how are you?
No, I'm healthy and well.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can see you. And I haven't seen you for a couple of years. The last time I saw you was at the Investor of the Year.
Yes.
Hey?
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's the last time. Yeah.
I miss you. I miss you. That's why I asked you to come on.
I know it's been a minute. Is it 2 years back?
2 years, yeah. What's 2019? What are we on now? We're 2021.
Yes.
End of 2019.
Yes, sir. I do remember very well.
Otherwise, you're doing well?
I'm okay by God's grace, sir. I'm okay. I'm strong.
Praise God.
Yeah. And from your side?
No. Healthy and well, my brother. Healthy and well. We're living long and strong. Blessed.
I can see you even cut your hair.
You can see this is the dynamic. I also cut it because it's a bit gray, Emmanuel. So I cut it. It's a bit gray. I should dye it like yours. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
So, but while we were waiting for you, so we went live before you logged on.
Okay.
So while you were waiting, I was just talking about a project that we're busy with in Boxburg quickly to just letting them know what we're busy with, which is a little village of 40 shops and flats, which we're converting to about 60 shops, and there's a school in it. So we're submitting it for finance this week. So guys, we're raising finances here for this project. So if you want to invest in property, you don't know how to do it, you say you've got a bit of bucks put away, couple of 100,000s, maybe a few millions, who knows? Send me an inbox and we'll contact you and maybe get you involved in these projects here. Good time. We're out of lockdown. I don't know if we're out of COVID. I'm not even sure where we are anymore. But we're moving on. Either way, we're moving on. So guys, welcome Mr. Emmanuel Bonoko, guys. This is a very special guest we're having here. He's a PR extraordinaire. He's a social entrepreneur. If you hang around this guy, he's gonna make you famous. Right? Let me read his bio. He's the CEO of Bonoko Holdings. So in the South African world of corporate communications, strategic activations, and public relations, there is a name synonymous with not only success, but sophistication and meticulous delivery. That name is Bonoko Holdings, right? Founded by self-made businessman Emmanuel Bonoko, which you can see on our screen here. He prides himself on providing a prestigious service to all his clients. Bonoko Holdings boasts extensive experience in corporate communications, projects, and events management, public relations, and brand development, which sets them apart from competing agencies. Let me go down here. Emmanuel Bonoko obtained a BCom marketing degree at just the tender age of 20 years. He founded the Bonoko Foundation and went on to do some notable work. Through his company, Bonoko Holdings, in 2016, he was recognized. Now listen to this, guys. He was recognized as Forbes Africa 30 under 30. So I think that means, Emmanuel, there was only 30 of them, eh?
Yeah.
So there were only 30 under 30 entrepreneurs to look out for. US-based magazine named him one of the 100 most influential leaders in the world under 30. Eh? Now it starts to see. This tells us we can do more, right, guys? Well, he was awarded Entrepreneur of the Year at the SA Men of the Year Awards 2016, Young Business Achiever of the Year 2017, and the BBQ Award Emperor's Palace Community Builder of the Year 2019. That's so. Congratulations. Well done and congratulations, Emmanuel. Let me go down. Guys, the list goes on. This man has a lot of achievements here. But one thing that I just want to go down the list and says, so this is for your foundation. So the Bonoko Foundation, they did a book drive, right? That's seen over 13,000 books collected over the years and donated to under-resourced schools, charities, libraries, prisons, and community centers. So welcome, my brother, and thank you for joining us. We know you're a busy man. We appreciate it. And thank you, man.
Thank you so much, sir, for the invite. Yeah, it's such a great honor to be speaking to you.
Yeah, thank you, man. So, Emmanuel, we started this show. I started the show. I think we're on 2 months now, just over 2 months. And the purpose of the show is to inspire, to educate, and to give people ideas as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Especially with what happened last year with businesses going through tough times, with being retrenched, short paid, tricky times, right? So I thought, let me start the show, bring on experts and entrepreneurs, and just help people, inspire them, give them ideas in different fields.
Yes, sir.
Of business and so thanks, man, for coming on.
All right.
So Emmanuel, I think I want to get right into it. So you're a multi-award-winning entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And you've seen significant growth over the years. What has contributed to this growth in your business? How long have you been in business first? Let's start there.
Yeah. Sure. My journey has been quite a tough one. As much as you have read all those accolades, which is good, but it's been quite a tough journey. and a journey of being a very teachable young man. I think that really has helped me. And also a journey of I had great mentors within my space, because of I believe there's nobody called a self-made. So as much as you work hard, you are well educated, you still need someone else to believe in you. You still need someone to embrace you. So for me, I think what really did contribute towards my success and my growth over the years, it was just a matter of being a teachable young man, and also being able to ask for help. I'm one person that I'm not afraid to go out and seek for help, seek for mentorship, seek for advice. And that it takes so much humility to
Does
reach
it?
that level where you just humble yourself, grant yourself that there's so much you can do, and for you to go to the next level you just need to say, please guys, help me. And so for me to be who I am, so many people had to contribute to towards my growth, so many people had to invest towards my growth, so many people had to serve me. But obviously as a leader, I had to be very deliberate also and be intentional about what I want to build. So I think people, they saw the light, and they saw something in me, because I need to lead by example for people to put investment, towards my development. So my journey, it was made possible by so many people, sir. I believe, as I've said, there's nobody called a self-made. Despite you work hard, you are hungry, someone else had to open doors for you. And for me, I had so many people that had to do that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you're saying the what contributed mostly was being teachable,
yeah,
uh, looking for mentors, and asking
yeah,
for help. I'm struggling, or I've reached a point where I'm stuck, and I'm not sure what the next steps are. Or I'm not sure what to do.
yeah,
Don't you come in and obviously to do this, sometimes you have to pick up the phone and phone people.
yeah.
Sometimes get a bit of rejection before you actually also get some
Absolutely.
some assistance there. So that's powerful, guys. So I think as we're going through it, right? For you of those are live, obviously there's more people that listen to it afterwards. Guys, make a few notes. I think that's powerful, teachable, um,
Mm.
mentorship and asking for help.
Yeah,
Now,
and all those great people that we admire in the world. You speak of your Bill Gates of this world. Name them all. They're not self-made. Even people like the late Steve Jobs. Name them all. All the great entrepreneurs that even we have in South Africa. Someone had to really hear them out. Someone had to believe in them. So I think sometimes when we reach or attain certain level of success, we make it about self. I had to work hard. I'm a self-made. That's why every time when I see a publication wrote self-made, I don't read such, because I think we're not telling people the honest truth. And I think we're in a space where we need to open up and tell people about our struggles and be relatable and authentic. So for me, I believe in the power of asking for help, for guidance, and eventually also if you put efforts, people will help you. And I'm still blessed that I have such great mentors within my space.
no, that's so true, man. And I think a lot of people think that people are not willing to help. But what I found about successful people, that's it. They're actually quite open to
Yes,
to help if they see that you're hungry. Obviously, if they see that
absolutely,
you're hungry,
absolutely,
they see that you're willing to learn, and
absolutely.
obviously these people are sometimes they're busy, so they can't just be there all the time. But they are willing to help. Uh,
Absolutely.
Awesome stuff. And as you help so many young people yourself, right? I've been
Yeah,
to your office
absolutely.
a couple of times, and you always find these young men and women there that are in varsity or fresh out of varsity that are in these meetings, which you are coaching and mentoring them at the same time.
Absolutely. Yeah, for me, I believe that as I rise, I'm able to, take so many young people alongside me. But also what I do, I'm a very honest person. I'm very upfront. I think, I've learned the hard way. And as much as, I believe in mentorship and I guide, but we need to teach young people about the power of hard work. We need to teach young people about the power of being able to serve, the power about, being patient towards your journey. And all the young people that come to that I take along to meetings that I work with till today, I'm very honest with them. And young people, they need honesty because of we're living hard times, where some of these young people are highly educated, but they're unemployed. Some of these young people, they need skills development. Some of these young people, they need experience. And they think that for the fact that you are qualified, you have made it. It's still a journey. So I'm very honest. When I mentor you, I'm very honest that it's all about, hard work. It's all about being able to serve. It's all about being able to put some hours. Until today, even when I work late in the office, or I face struggles, I document, people that follow me, I always document them on my WhatsApp. So young people can see, the work that goes behind the scene, because I don't want them to only admire all the success that you have won this, this person, you have worked on this number of projects, but what propels you, what keeps you going. But when they see also, when I document my struggles, they're able to relate and learn that it's not an easy journey. Like last week I did a short video where I had a fallout with a client, and I posted that. As much as I had to protect the client, but I was honest that, guys, it's 10, I'm still in the office, this clients want the documents to be submitted before 12, and I had to document that, and they can learn that, okay, you need to put hard work, and you can't be entitled as much as you're qualified, as much as you have a degree, but you still need to refine your skills, you still need to work on your personality, and you still need to work on your character. And those are some of the things that also over the years, after obtaining my degree, I had to make sure that I refine my skills. I become more teachable. I work on my character. And eventually, God, being the faithful Father, He's able to reward, the hard work that you put in place.
No, thanks, Emmanuel. I think so. What are you saying? So you're saying qualifications is not always doesn't always equate to success. Is that what you're saying? Or
Absolutely.
You say you got degrees, might have maybe an honors or whatever, but that doesn't mean that everything is going to be given to you.
No, you still need to work extremely hard. You still need to serve. You still need to be on the ground. You still need to. It's a journey. It's a journey, especially if also you're not willing to sort of take shortcuts and compromise your beliefs or your values. Like some of us, we took the hardest way. The long path where obviously you get offers left and right, but those offers also don't question your morals in business, your integrity. And it means I took the hard way, or the hard path. So it takes time to emerge, and you need to really be deliberate about what you stand for, what you want to achieve, and also to ensure that you put some hard work.
So I like what you said there, putting the work and patience as well, because nowadays we expect everything to happen and happen quickly.
Come again, sir?
Nowadays we expect everything to happen and happen quickly. And I know I was also impatient. That listen, this is what I want, and you want to get there, and you don't realize that these things take time. It takes growth. It takes and we expect, especially with now these tech guys that are, these young guys that are doing things, and these social media guys. What do you call them? Influencers.
Yes.
And they come up and they make millions in a very short time, on YouTube, on these things, and you're like, wow, I need that. But you don't realize that if you're building something worthwhile, that it takes time and it takes patience.
Absolutely.
Now, Emmanuel, you are PR extraordinaire, and I know this, guys. You think, some of the people on here, see, we were on these metros and with DJs booing them and with all these things, and the guy that organized all of that is Mr. Emmanuel Bonoko. This man is connected to everything and everyone. That's what I'm saying. This is where we have conversations with entrepreneurs that inspire and experts to admire. And he's a real entrepreneur that inspires and experts to admire. Now, you're a PR extraordinaire. Maybe explain to us, Emmanuel, what is public relations, and maybe why Why would an individual need it, and why would an organization need it?
Okay. Can you hear me?
There's a bit of noise on your side, guys. Can you
Yes,
hear
I
it?
thought is that from your side.
From my side, there's something. Let me see on when we go online to see what they're saying. Guys, let us know if you can hear us. Roxanne, Melissa, Renko, thanks for joining us, guys. We got more people joining. Quentin. Okay, Emmanuel is off. Add back.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah,
Okay, much better now.
much better. That noise is gone.
It's back now.
All right, let's carry on.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Guys, can you hear us? Let us know if you can hear us. I'm sure they can hear us in the comment section. Let us know in the comment section. Give us a yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So for me, I did study become degree in marketing, but I was not clear. My first qualification was business management. I did business management at UNISA. Then I was like, because I really wanted to become a businessman. You know, from at varsity, at high school, they used to call me a businessman. So I used to carry a bag, a suitcase bag. So they used to call me a businessman from back in high school. And also because I was very good with commercial subjects. So I was good with business studies, I was good with economics, and also a bit of accounting. And eventually, matric, I became one of the top students. So when I went to varsity, I did business management. So I saw myself maybe leading a big corporate as maybe a business developer or a marketer. Then I changed my qualification into marketing. So marketing, but also I think that's something that I really fall in love with. And it was more not say relevant, but there was sort of a bit of connection between marketing and my own personality. Because marketing is all about, for me, it's all about
Emmanuel,
energy. It's all about. Can you hear me?
Emmanuel, you're breaking up there slightly.
Can you hear me, sir?
It's a bit stop-start there.
Okay. Can you maybe just reconnect again?
Yeah, maybe go out and then reconnect again.
Okay.
Okay, guys, but he's reconnecting. So what I want Emmanuel to tell us, how to build our brands, how to grow our brands, how to grow our businesses with PR and marketing. And obviously, what's the difference between PR and marketing as well? So just be patient with us. We're going to be on there. Let him reconnect and sort out his Wi-Fi. Soon we're going to have to get a studio and get these guys in, because these Wi-Fi challenges. And talking about, he said he studied marketing and business management. I also studied marketing and business management, and I didn't make it past the first 6 months. I didn't make it past the first 6 months with marketing and business management at Wits. Then I went to Damlin, studied marketing and business management again. I didn't make it past that year either. Now, obviously, for certain reasons. So it'll be nice to hear from someone who finished business marketing and business management. Okay, let me go to what you guys are saying.
I'm back now.
You back and we can see you clearly. We can hear you clearly. Brandon says Emmanuel once arranged a wonderful interview for me on 3 Talk about my journey with addiction. Oh, it's nice. Thanks for joining us, Brandon. He says Emmanuel is truly connected.
Oh, I think I know him. What did he say?
He says Emmanuel is truly connected. Emmanuel once arranged a wonderful interview for me on 3 Talk about his journey with addiction.
Oh, wow. I think I remember. Yeah, I've done so many profiles of number of people.
So Emmanuel, we were talking, I told him you were studying marketing and business management. Yeah. I also studied marketing and business management. I didn't make it past the first 6 months. Yes. Twice, 2 universities. I dropped out. I'm saying it'll be nice to hear from someone who's completed it.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So for me, the reason why I love marketing, for me, marketing is all about energy. It's all about, creating awareness. It's all about exposing people to possible opportunities. It's all about growing their brands. It's all about understanding the market and how the world is evolving. So what I did, I had my foundation at Berg University, which has done extremely well. And for me to get my foundation, the brand out there, I had to be smart in terms of how do I market myself? How do
Mm.
I connect to the right people? How do I get funding? So I was doing self-marketing, and I think I excel extremely well. Because remember, I never worked for a corporate. So when I was still, doing the work through my foundation, I had to get the name out there. And media received me so well, but also corporate, that how do you position yourself for possible opportunities? Then I saw I can develop this into a very solid career. So I did my own marketing under my foundation. I gave myself a good experience. I gave myself a good exposure. I was able to build corporate networks. Then eventually, after getting my degree, I was like, I need to open an agency and
Mm.
help so many SMEs and corporate to communicate their message effectively back to the public, and also for them to get more clientele, for them to get more awareness, for them to sort of tell a story behind their business. So
Mm.
then that's why I went to, then obviously I had a degree in marketing, but at varsity, they give you theory.
Yeah.
It's quite different when you practice marketing and PR. Practically, it's a different world. And also, the space of marketing and PR is still wide dominated. So you need to have credibility.
Mm.
You need to carry a bit of weight, and even yourself, your profile needs to, speak on your behalf. So
Yeah. Yeah.
lucky enough, when I was back in varsity, already I was involved in so many projects. Already I was working with the Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation, which also I had the honor to meet up with Cyril Ramaphosa. And also I was highly profiled. I've won a number of awards. So when I went to the market, say now I'm into PR and marketing, already I had a solid brand, I had a solid profile. So I still love marketing, and I still believe that there's still so much that I can do within the space. And I think what humbles me is that I've seen how we have helped so many SMEs to grow over the years, that some have built very sustainable businesses. Their brand are solid, they've done extremely well. So I love what I do, but also it takes understanding, it takes a bit of creativity, and also it takes passion, to make sure that you are able to build brands, and the brands that are very authentic, brands that also the public at large can be able to relate with them.
Mm. Awesome stuff, man. But now, Emmanuel, why is it important to build a brand? And we were talking about marketing and public relations. So the marketing side is, you said, is understanding the market, getting the product out there, and the public relations side. What's the difference? Just quickly.
Okay, so yes, marketing, you're right. So marketing is more about understanding the market. Marketing is more about the pricing. It's more about the promotion. The marketing is also about understanding the behavior of the consumer, their buying power.
Mm.
And also in terms of how they think and how they perceive your business, how they perceive your brand, and that's marketing. And PR, public relations, it's more about brand awareness. It's more about informing the public about who you are, what you do, and also it's all about, the message that you communicate back to the market, and which are interlinked. I mean, marketing, advertising, and PR, they all fall under, one umbrella, which is marketing, and these different departments are interlinked. PR also can still sort of create a good brand awareness, can give you a great opportunities, can also lead to number of opportunities in terms of your business growth. And so when you go to marketing, it's more you niche. You niche your offering, you understand your market clearly, you define it. As I've said, more about place, promotion. Those are some of the 4 P's that we had to study, and also the product. So publication is quite important because of you are able to sort of build a brand that is trusted. You are able to sort of expose yourself to also potential client. You are able also to even get corporate partnership, because when we speak about PR, people they think it's only traditional media, but also it entails, corporate partnership. It entails, business collaborations. It entails even events. So that's where publishing is all about people. It's about you and the relationship that you have with people, in a simple term. So as a business owner, the relationship that you have with the market, or the kind of message that you want to relate, that's public relation. So whether your speech is an event where you interact with the public, it's still a PR. Whether you're on radio, whether you're on TV, whether it's a print, that's still PR. As long as there's a sort of a group of people that hearing about your work, reading about your prospect, that's PR. Then when you go to marketing, you niche. You need to understand that what kind of a specific audience are you selling your product to, and how you pricing your services, how you're gonna promote your services, the place, the location, so there you are more segment, you are more specific in terms of what you want to relate. So population can be, I can be on Power FM tomorrow. I can be on Josie FM. I can be on Massive. Sometimes you don't even have a specific market when you do a PR awareness, until later on as you merge and already you understand your market. Then you can start to niche your PR and the kind of message that you want to communicate.
No, thanks for explaining that and clearing that up. Now, how did you get to Power FM, 702, Massive Metro, Kaya, YFM? You connected to all these big radio stations,
Yeah.
SABC, DSTV, what else? Yeah, all of them. How
Yeah.
did you tell us? How did you get to that? Was it cold calling people up? Did you go into every radio?
Mm.
Did you have connections in them? Wow, tell us, how did you get to all these big, um, we call them
I think
stations,
for
media
me,
companies?
okay, I would say for me it's a matter of the credibility that I had, as a business owner, and also I think the body of work that I've produced over the years, because it's always good to speak about what you do, but people want to see what have you done, to
Mm,
have credibility. And I'm one person that I've reached a level where I don't like talk. I love to produce and implement work. So I think for me, what I've done well, and for all these brands to trust me and give me opportunities and to hear me out, is because I've produced, a very significant body of work, and also the kind of clients that, we pitch on this media platform. They're very credible. There are people that got experience, there are people that got a story. Like you had a very solid case study, and it was easy to sell you back to all this platform. I mean, you've been on 702 yourself, you've been
yeah.
on your power. You had a very solid case study. So I think for me, there was a body of work, and the work that is very solid, the work that also is so well articulated, is well defined. And
Yes.
brands and even corporates at large, when they see a body of work, there's no way they won't give opportunities. But also, I studied media. I need to understand how media works. You need to understand the kind of trends that we see on social media. We need to understand how do you package a client to
Mm,
get a good profiling, and a profiling that also can, add a significant growth towards their business. So you need to understand how media works. So for me, besides, building all these networks, I studied media, I study content, and it's all about, finding the right alignment.
mm,
So, and it's a craft, it takes time. People, they think that you just, it takes time for people to trust you, that, what, you are credible. And I do this full time. This I don't have a 9 to 5. I do this full time. And you find other entrepreneurs, they still work, which there's nothing wrong, and they have got businesses. But obviously my advantage is that 24 hours, I'm always refining this. 24 hours, I'm always working on this. And I've seen people before that I used to do their PR. They'll go on the stations and get bit of networks from all these producers and presenters. And they went to own and they went to open their own PR agencies, and they're not winning because of it takes consistency. It takes you understanding the markets, the client. It takes consistency, understanding how the world is evolving, and how also you still sell your client backed by looking at some of the current issues that we face as a country. Like during COVID, we still had business, but how we're communicating our client back to the media, we had to also still sort of shift the conversation and find sort of an alignment that we still give our clients exposure even during COVID. So the reason why I'm still doing well within the space, I studied this full time. I'm on the ground. I need to be informed. I need to do intensive research. So people, they might have networks. You might have networks, with the people that are on media, but they can't plug you consistently. They will only plug you once. But an agency comes with a strategy. Agency comes with research, and agency comes with understanding what are the trends, what is working, and they still can be able to give you a credible profile. So it takes work. We are always on the ground doing research, but it's a beautiful space to be at. And but also it's not easy because you compete with major corporates and major white-owned agencies.
No, that's true, and I think you've mastered it because you need to be creative, because the story gets boring, but let's say my story. After a while, if people hear it all, it's like, ah, we've heard this. So now you need to position it and pitch it in a way that it's still interesting and people still want to hear it, and people still want to get you onto these platforms.
Absolutely, and how you evolve with business, how you're growing over the years, how you're able to still remain in business during COVID. That's content. It takes a bit of. We are always writing. I work with journalists, so we are always writing. We are always doing research, alignment, repositioning, and that's the only way that you can sort of be in the game.
But Emmanuel, now you're talking about COVID. How did COVID affect you guys, business-wise? Client? How did it affect you?
So when we heard about COVID, all of us were all worried. Most projects went on hold. I remember also we were planning that project with Andrew. The awards again.
Yes.
They had to put so many projects on hold. Some of our clientele, a lot of SMEs are not spending. Obviously, we are worried that what's going to happen. So every person is keeping money to themselves. But God being God, I had the greatest 2020 in business. It was one of our greatest year ever. So we had good projects that also were aligned to COVID. So number one, we had a big campaign called 750 Amped, which was a national campaign around COVID-19. And we're doing the entire media strategy, from adverts, media buying, billboards, PR, so the entire COVID, the entire 9 months we're busy. And it was a project from Department of Health and also CETA. So that project itself kept us busy throughout the year. And, and also I think it was a good space for us to reposition ourselves. It was a good space for us also to, find alignment, that how do we grow, because I think sometimes in business, you get to a level where you have mastered the game.
Let me just plug this thing in. I forgot to plug it in before.
Okay.
And I can see a light coming on here.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
Same applied to mine here.
You can plug it in here. Sometimes. Here we go. There we go. Sorry for that. So you
Okay.
say you guys were busy for the entire 9 months?
Yes, we had great projects from our side. We're quite busy, and also with projects that are more relating to COVID.
Mm.
Projects that also they challenge us because remember this campaign was all in all the province of South Africa,
What
and
was
I
you?
think what humbled me about this campaign, we're able to create jobs. 750 jobs
Yeah,
altogether for young people. So that
700.
project, come again?
I said 750 jobs. That's
Yes.
amazing, man.
Yeah. So we are managing the entire marketing strategy of the campaign, the media buying of the campaign, and also bringing numbers and stats in terms of how young people are sort of responding to COVID-19, some of the misperception around COVID-19. So it was a very fantastic campaign. And so last year was a good year. We learned, I was able to grow, but also, you know, obviously growth it comes with number of challenges. The more you face challenges, the more you grow, the more you get better. So I had a great year, but also we had to make it about our people, the people that we work with. We had to make it about our community, because it can't always be about business as usual. So we need to also take care of the people that we work with. How do we support our communities? How do we support our team? And so for me, I had to make it about that, to make sure that my team, they are well and sound, and also they are well supported. So but it was a great year, and I'm grateful to the Almighty God that even during crisis, He gave us the grace, for leaders to stand, because during crisis, that's when we need to see the real leadership. We need to see people be able to arise and make those informative decisions that are going to take our country to the next level. So we had to rise, be on the ground. We're a bit worried that maybe we might get COVID, but God and His sufficient grace really covered us, and I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for the grace to manage such a big project. Where
Mm.
you work with government, you work with stats, numbers of people. It was a very intense marketing campaign, but we're able to carry it with an exception, and we're able to deliver.
Mm. No, awesome, guys. And I think, Emmanuel, that's powerful. I think, guys, that's what we're doing, Emmanuel and them on here, because when everyone was trying to survive, these guys were thriving. Eh? Because it wasn't an easy year, it was a challenging year.
It was not easy, yes, it was not. And I think most of us, when we speak about um, challenges, we only think money value driven challenges. But we don't think about, we're not grateful for life, we're still here. And that on
Mm.
its own is a big blessing, because of we have lost so many people till today. And for the fact that we are still alive, I think that's something that we need to value and appreciate, more than the money that we've made. So for me, the reason why I say it was a great year, I was able to sort of also be in tune with myself, to be grateful for the gift of life, to appreciate the small that I have. And without health, we won't even thrive in business. So I
Yeah.
think people were just worried about, from monetary fail, that it was a bad year. But for the fact that we have survived, and yes, COVID is still here, but it's not something new like last year. So
Yeah.
last year it was new to us, and we were all scared. We don't know what might happen. And through God's grace, we're able to maneuver around, to find measures to still operate in business. So for me, I thank God for the gift of life. I thank God for grace. I thank God that we are still in business. Most SMEs had to close down.
Mm.
I'm still in my office, and I thank God for the small
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
No, praise God. Is your offer still in Rosebank?
Yes, my good sir.
Okay, okay, good
Yeah.
stuff. And I think what you said is that COVID took you, because you were working with SMMEs and with corporate, but I think you said
Yeah.
COVID took you more into the corporate space.
Yes. And also,
Working with big companies, with big brands.
yes, I still work a lot with major brands, like your Exaros. Also, I had a massive campaign towards the end of the year, because for me, as much as, you know, I'm a marketer and I love what I do, but at heart, I'm more of a social entrepreneur. At heart, I'm more about my community. I'm more about the upliftment of people. And every platform that I get, you know, how do I exchange, you know, share value, inspire, and educate. So also towards the end of the year, you know, we did host our disability program in Mpumalanga with Bank, which was endorsed by Exaro. So Exaro is a leading coal mine company, which we've been working with them over the past close to 3 years now. So we had a good year. You know, we're still able to find alignment, and even some of the SMEs. You know, there were SMEs that we're still working with them throughout COVID, because they knew the importance of still keeping their brand relevant in the market, because of there's so much that was happening, and if you don't have a consistent strategy, your brand sort of fade away. You know, people forget about you easily. And I've seen most SMEs now, they were selling sanitizers, they were doing some face masks. And that time, it was not their core business. You know, you find someone was in maybe construction, and there you're selling masks and sanitizer. Yes, we need money, but I think it was key for you to keep your brand consistent, and people, they must not get confused, and people, they must not now you know, be lost in the midst of everything. That what do you do, what are you all about? Because even during challenges as business owners, our brand still need to come strong. We still need to carry a strong message. We just need to find a way to still communicate our message back to our clientele, and still find means to support them. But you need to still have a strong brand. And I've seen the likes of your McDonald's during COVID. They had this campaign where, you know, have you seen the McDonald's logo?
Yes.
So it was sort of cut into two: social distancing. Do you get
Yeah.
it? So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that as much as you're in business, you can still find a message that, okay, we're still in business and we are aware of COVID, but we still offer this, and we're still competent. So I've seen people, they've lost a bit of track in terms of their brand equity, their business, their core values. And it's good to evolve and think of other streams of income, but don't be all over, because, you know, we live in a space where things are moving fast and people, they forget easily. So also all our clients, we had to ensure that how do you still keep your brand consistent, clean, and even if you do side hustle, don't put it too much out there.
Ah, that's interesting that you're saying there, Emmanuel, because I know we were also looking at things of thinking, where can you get additional streams of income from, and what you were saying, even though you focus on additional streams of income, I think that clicking sound is there again.
Yeah.
Fine, let's just carry on. So you say, even though you focus on additional streams of income, do not get the message mixed up of what your main core business is. You can't do masks, sell masks, sell property, be a PR expert. I don't know what, sell Herbalife stuff.
Yeah, people that were like, it's good to. I'm for it. I believe in streams of income, but there's something that you need to build one body of work, and be respected in that space. That even when you there's diversity in terms of your portfolio, or you want to evolve and grow, do it well, you know, and also partner, you know, or you can even collaborate with people that specialize in that space. So if you know a company that maybe is being doing sanitize, or health, or I don't know, maybe you can partner and put a bit of investment, but don't lose your core offering, or don't confuse us now that, you know, what are you all about, you know. And I love what Andrew did. Andrew, he was able to penetrate the online
Yes.
online presence, and he did that extremely well. He was able to sort of capture us, you know, in terms of the content, the kind of speakers that he had, and it was still all about property, but also property within even COVID. What's happening? So he was able to capture his audience vividly, and I salute what he has done. So even if maybe he had other jobs that he does aside, but we never saw that online. It was more about the incredible work that they've been doing. So I think it's good to create streams of income, but just find balance and don't lose your clientele, don't lose your audience, and what you have built over the years.
Now, Emmanuel, as we're coming to the end of this, you're giving good value, yeah. As we're coming to the end of it, because I was also, and that was the thing, because we were looking at other things and we're saying, this is, people know us for this. But now, if we do this, you might make money, but is that not going to become a jack of all trades, master of none? And so we were also fighting with that same thing that you're making clear now. And now, Emmanuel, folks, let's say for people that are listening on here, they want to build a brand, they want to build their business. What's the best way to go about it? Maybe for someone if they've got a small business, and let's say use myself as well, maybe throw myself in there with the show and you want to grow it. How is the best way that you believe is the best way to grow your brand?
So for one to build a solid brand, brands are built around values. You build a brand around values, you build a brand around your story, you build a brand around the culture. So I think for you to have something that is solid as a brand, you need to sort of have a strong story, culture, and something that the audience can be able to relate well with. And brands that are thriving globally are brands that are so authentic, brands that are so we're able to connect and relate well with. And over the years, I think people that are not able to communicate their brand equity, their brand value to the masses because of they're not clear in terms of who they are and what they stand for. And you raise a very valid point that now you see social media, you see young people rising up, making millions left and right from social media. And does not mean that every entrepreneur needs to follow the same route and the same path. And sometimes instant growth, instant success that is not well matured and nurtured also cannot be sustainable in the game. So for you to build a strong brand, you don't have to do what everyone is doing. And building a brand is not about being famous. Building a brand is not about being well known. There are people that have built solid brands and that have made all the money in the world and we don't know of. Like, for example, I don't know. Okay, maybe I've read about the founding director of Nike or All Star, but I've never seen their pictures. I still need to do my research. And there are major brands that we consume till today, even our phones, Apple, Samsung. But they were able to build a good story. They were able to build quality. They were able to build something that we can relate and connect well with. And that's how you build a solid brand. And also brands is not about being, as I've said, being big and being well known. It's about influence. You can, sometimes I've seen, actually it's real that there are people that have built incredible influence within corporate SA and they're not that famous. They're not that big, and I still work with such people, like some of the mentors. They are very influential. I can say they run the economy, and you might have 2 million followers on social media. Yes, in terms of social media and where we are, you are relevant, you are cool, but also you may not be making the same money as your influence. So what I'm saying that building a brand is not about being famous, it's not about being big. You can build a strong, solid brand in your little space, and you are respected for that. And no one can sort of match or unmatch what you do. So understand your space, understand your story, understand your values, and also understand why you are doing all this. I think a brand also is all about the purpose. Why are you doing this? What is your ultimate vision? And for us, obviously, is to build brands that gonna outlive us, for our kids, for our families. Look at the late Richard Maponya. He's no more, but his business, they're still manage and run very successfully so. And also his grandsons are managing the entire, their holding company and all the investment. And those are kind of brands that we need to, envision ourselves. As much as the world is evolving, I believe that there's so much that we can learn from the old
Old
generation of
ways.
entrepreneurs. They were not about status, they were not about likes, they were not about hype. They were about a bigger purpose, a purpose of adding that significant value in our communities, a purpose of building companies and empires that are going to outlive ourselves. And I still look up to those old generation, your Steve Jobs, your Bill Gates, your Richard Maponya. And here in South Africa, we've got significant great entrepreneurs that have built sustainable companies. And they're not all over the show. You don't even see them on Instagram. Even your Mutsipes, as much as people they might say, yes, they've been powered by ANC, but I love how he kept his brand equity and his integrity to focus and build something solid. So I think that's where we need to go as people want to build great businesses.
Emmanuel, that was some of the most powerful advice we've ever heard for a long time. Guys, I hope you took notes there. Maybe let me summarize there because he said a lot in there. He said how to build a brand is understand your values, your story, culture. What was the next one? He said be clear about your purpose.
Yeah.
And you said don't just follow any, or maybe that's what I heard something there.
Yeah, like I think
don't just jump around all over the show just because everyone is doing it.
Yes.
Now, Emmanuel, you're going to keep us here. We're close to an hour, but I want to. So now, when is it good to put your face in front of a brand, and when is it not good? Because let's say for myself, when is it good to put your face in front of a brand?
Yeah.
Right. And when is it not good? Let's use myself for example. We've got the property pick thing, and then I invest separately from that.
Yeah.
When is it a good thing? When do you say, okay, like DJ's Boo, when is my face with more fire, and when is more fire on its own, and I take my face away?
Yeah, because I think also sometimes good reference to DJ's Boo. Obviously, sometimes people they build products and use their influence to make sure that it's well positioned. But also something I've seen is that before you attach your face to a brand, they need to be a very solid body of work. Because I think sometimes people are just agree to possible brand collaboration, or you want to just put your name out there, but there was no sort of a body of work. And for you to sort of get out there and create more awareness around your brand, I think there need to be really credibility in place. And so what DJ Wood did for himself, he knew that he got this incredible influence and he's loved by young people. And also the More Fire, the story behind More Fire, it's all about township dreams in a way. It's all about sort of empowering Black young people that do it for yourself. You can do it, So I think they need to be a thin line in terms of how you position your brand out to the public, and also understand the message that you want to carry. Because of DJ's Boo, he's big amongst young people, and young people they relate well with him, and he speaks that township slang from Kasi. And that's his market, and it works extremely well, So I think that's the story that he had, that I'm quite influential, and young people they relate well with me, and I'm gonna just use this as a vehicle to launch this brand. And not everyone can be DJ's Boo. You find people like us, we are more reserved, we just enjoy building behind the scene. So I think some people they don't enjoy just being all over. But what you can do, your brand, as I've said, you can build a solid brand by just producing body of work. The time we read about Mr. Leroy Slava, on Forbes cover. I believe that one day you're gonna be on Forbes cover soon.
I need to hit the under 40, man. I'm 36 now. I still have time to hit the 40 under 40, man.
Yes, you're gonna be on this cover as a property investor, a property mogul.
Amen.
Soon, you know, you're gonna, and the time people they read about you on this, when they go and check the amount of work, and you'll be respected. So I think people they misunderstand that no, for me to build a soul brand, I need to be all over. Behind the scene where you are, you can make incredible moves, you can make incredible investment, you can grow your portfolio, and the time you even get out there, the work is solid. You know, and also it's about systems. There are people that build businesses that they don't want to attach their name to it. You know, and but in South Africa, it's quite hard that for you to build a brand and your name is not there. Like you look at Batu, Theo Baloyi has done extremely well, and his brand is quite big. But also we know him. You know, his face is attached to the brand. But globally, we have seen major brands that we don't know the founders of those brands, like your Adidas. We don't know them, you know. So I think it's the kind of business model that they were able to build around those brands. But I think if we are able to build systems and build credible work, it's easy later on to transfer those skills, and you don't have to be all over the show.
Great advice, Nico. Great advice, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, I think we've come to an end. Maybe let me take this. We've got one question, guys. If you've got a question, please put it up quickly. One question, and then just tell us what your plans are for the future and where we can get hold of you.
Okay, so
let's see if we can put this up here. So, can you see it on your side, Emmanuel?
yeah.
It says, what are the current global marketing trends that the pandemic has forced us into that we can adapt in South Africa that can benefit and help SMMEs?
That's a good question. Global trends, but something I've seen, I think I could not articulate that message very well. Something I've seen global trends, especially during COVID, is that most brands they had to make it about their people. They had to make it about the public. They had to make it about you know the well-being of our country and the economy. And you know most brands I've seen them you know investing, giving back to the community, investing a lot of money back to the community. And also they were just telling us that you know we care, we are aware that we're in a global crisis, and you know we are doing our best to make sure that you know we overcome this. Those are some of the sort of global trends that I've seen. Like most brands, corporates, they've been put a lot of investment toward COVID. But also, I think you know SMEs. One thing that I've seen again that also has worked is a lot of collaborations. And for me, I think last year also what helped me, I've done a number of collaboration partnerships. So we had to come together as a number of SMEs where you know we sort of share the same objectives about building our businesses, because it's not always about I'm the founding director of Bonoko. Even the campaign that we had, I, I had so many companies on board, a lot of SMEs, you know. And also last year I did a campaign for Telkom, and also I worked with a number of SMEs on board. So what I'm saying, I've seen a number of trends where now SMEs, we need to come together. You know, we need to do a lot of partnerships for us to make sure that we stay not offload, we stay in business. Until today, that's some of the strategies that I'm using today. You know, I think my major project this year, they want to be about collaborations. There are exciting stuff that also I'll be doing with a major bank. And I had to walk in that meeting with number of SMEs, you know, where it's not about me only, you know, it's not about Emmanuel, but those were my networks. You know, I met that CEO, like, I love what you do, come, let's work. But I had to take along my fellow Black entrepreneurs that let's go together. And when corporate they see collaborations, when they see partnerships, and they tend to believe in us as SMEs, that now our vision is more well defined. It's not only about one making money and securing the bags. So the global trends that I think I've seen from major brands and corporates, I see corporates supporting their communities, supporting a lot of SMEs. And I think SMEs, for us to be stable and stay in business, let's collab, guys. Let's do a lot of collaboration. Let's do a lot of partnerships. And by doing so, I think we can do well.
Good advice. Good. Kyle, I hope that answers your question there. Emmanuel,
And I think
last.
I know the gentleman. I'm going to check him
You know
out.
Kyle? Kyle
Yeah.
Kibo Kaib. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Kibo Kaib.
I'm going to check him online. Yeah, I think I know him. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You got some fans here following you.
Yes.
Traditional media versus social media. Is traditional media fading out and social
Yes.
media taking over, or is both still is traditional still relevant? Your print, your magazines, your newspapers, your radio, TV, or is social media gonna totally take this over and soon there won't be any more? I don't know. What's your thoughts on that? I was just curious.
I believe they are both still relevant. To be honest, for me, from my side, working a lot with corporates, most of the corporate decision makers, they're not on social media. People that run the economy, they're not on Twitter and Instagram and all that. To be honest,
Why is
and
that? Why do
social
you
media,
think that is?
they don't have time. I mean, social media also can be too cluttered. Especially now, we don't even use it effectively to have solid engagement, to have solid, possible outcomes that can really uplift our communities. I've seen people that they are using the social media effectively. Some they've raised funds for students. Some they're able to help people to get jobs. Some they're able to market their brand equity. But some people, 90% of the social media people, they're just bashing each other, having conversations that are not edifying our growth. So I think it's just a matter of finding balance. Traditional media still have an incredible influence. And, even during the week, I was speaking about Standard Bank. I bank with Standard Bank, and they've been having a very bad I don't know, internet connection breakdown. And we had to do comparison between Standard Bank and ABSA. And the misperception that ABSA is an old brand, um, with people that bank with ABSA is more old people, old money, old money.
Yeah.
And they said they still keep the system very well simplified. They're not trying to move with every trend, and that's why they're still doing well. So what I'm trying to say is that as much as we use social media, we don't have to move with every trend. Like now, everyone, I mean, we have Instagram, we have Twitter, we have Facebook, and now we have TikTok. I'm not even on TikTok, and I don't think I'll do that because that's too much,
A lot of
So I
work, eh?
think, come again?
It's a lot of work doing for being on all these different platforms.
It's a lot of work, and we are building here. So I think it's just a matter of what works for you. If TikTok works and you are able to, create revenue, let it be so. But if it's not helping me at the moment, there's no need. So for me, it's just a matter of finding balance. There are people that use social media, they're able to endorse brands, they're able to get deals, then excellent. But also traditional media, people, the CEOs, they still listen to 702. They still read your Sunday Times. They still watch CNBC Africa. So for me, it's a matter of finding balance between social and I mean traditional media and also digital media. So find balance and find what works for you. Other things, if the engagement, the conversation, they're not helping you to grow, to better your business, don't engage.
Oh, good
Yeah.
advice, guys. Kyle, I hope that answers your question. So balance and whatever works for you. Maybe test them all, eh? I just maybe test it. Like I'm not someone that wants to do those TikTok videos. Instagram is also another thing. My pictures, I don't enjoy taking pictures all day. So, but find out what works for you. Educate yourself. Follow people you admire, who stands out for you. Emmanuel, what's your future plans and where do we get hold of you?
Future plans there. A lot of collaborations, a lot of partnership. I'm quite excited about that. And also, I don't want to limit myself. We serve the Almighty God. I think sometimes we put ourselves in a box that I'm gonna become this PR guru. in Africa. You know, maybe God wants me to take me global. So I don't want to limit myself. I take one thing at a time. And also, I just believe in working together with my own entrepreneurs. Like, I'm for partnership, I'm for collaborations. And I think that's my strategy at the moment. And also, just enjoy being in the present and embrace the moment as much as you long for more. Embrace the moment, be in the moment, learn as much as you can, and obviously you'll grow and evolve. People to connect with me, I can give them my email, which is Emmanuel at eBonoko Holdings ltd.co.za. So it's Emmanuel at eBonoko Holdings ltd.co.za. That's my email address. Then also they still can connect with me on Instagram, Emmanuel Bonoko, Twitter, Emmanuel Sebonoko, Facebook, Emmanuel Sebonoko.
You know, Emmanuel, what I'm going to ask you to do is maybe just WhatsApp it to me in one WhatsApp, email,
Okay.
all of your handles, and then what I'll do is I'll push it in the comments.
All right. I'll appreciate that.
That want to get a hold of you. But thanks so much.
Okay.
We appreciate you taking our time. We've kept you longer than what we should have, but you gave so much value, so much information, and I think if you personally helped me, and that's why I have these interviews too. It's not just for these people; I do it for myself as well.
Absolutely. We'll do another one soon. We'll do another one session where we take it to the next level.
Yeah, no, definitely we have to. So, guys, I hope you found value here. Brady, Kyle, Ricardo, and Aline, Brandon, Roxanne, Melissa, Ranko. So, guys, if you want to contact him, we're going to put your details on. This is also going to go onto YouTube. So, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's on top, Leroy Slava. And this will be on my page. Share, guys. This was powerful. If you want to build a brand, if you want to learn about PR and marketing, share this so as many people as possible can see it, and we can get the message out there and help as many people as we can. So, Emmanuel, God bless us. Thank you for joining us. Last one, tell us about the shirts. This man has a shirt sponsor. Do they still sponsor you, President?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He's got a shirt presidential in Santon Square, right? Mandela Square. We call them the Mandela shirts, or we used to. Yes, I don't know what you call them now. The Mandela shirts. He's a sponsor for these shirts.
Okay. Definitely. I'll work on it.
So well done, and God bless you. Thank you. We appreciate you, and all the best with your new business ventures. And we need to get you back soon in maybe a month or 2 or 3 or 4, whenever you have time again. Maybe let's go out, let's go do some work and come back and share the feedback.
Definitely, sir. Thank you so much for your time and for this opportunity.
All the best. God bless, guys. Thank you so much, Emmanuel.
Bye.